Today we're going to unravel the story of this mysterious coin that so many people overlook, that so many others miss. But that could be worth thousands, or, in unbelievable rare cases, five-figure sums. Picture that moment. You check an old jar, pull out a 1976 half dollar that looks dull and dirty, and suddenly your heart is pounding because this could be your golden ticket. The 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar isn't just pocket change, it's a treasure hunt packed with history, mystery, rare varieties, errors so bizarre they defy belief, and values so high they can make grown collectors. This coin was created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the founding of the United States, the Bicentennial of 1776. Instead of the usual reverse with the presidential seal, the U.S. Mint commissioned a special design. The reverse shows a detailed image of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the cradle of American independence. At the same time, the obverse still bears the familiar profile of President John F. Kennedy, the charismatic leader whose image had adorned half dollars since 1964. This combination of history and iconic imagery made the 1976 Bicentennial Half instantly collectible the moment it debuted. Even common examples minted for circulation were produced in staggering numbers, hundreds of millions from Philadelphia and Denver, with a special collector version struck at San Francisco in 40% silver for proof and uncirculated sets. For most people, this Bicentennial Half was just a coin you carried, a half dollar you might use to buy a soda. But to serious numismatist coin collectors, this coin is anything but ordinary. Because while the vast majority of these coins, plain circulated pieces, are only worth around $1 or $2 in everyday conditions, certain examples command values that make standard coins look like mere pocket lint. Many observers mistakenly assume a worn or dirty coin can't be worth much. That is the biggest mistake a collector can make. Dirt and grime may hide the coin's true treasure: a rare misstrike, a double die that only a sharp eye can detect, an off-center strike so extreme it makes the coin unique, or even a wrong planchet error that makes the coin one of a handful in existence. These errors can propel the value from face value to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You might be thinking, okay, tell me the big values now. But the real excitement isn't just in the numbers, it's in why these coins fetch such high prices. When the 1976 half dollar was struck, the U.S. Mint produced both clad coins for circulation and special 40% silver examples for collectors. Most coins you find in old jars are the clad version's copper-nickel pieces that have little melt value beyond $1 or $2. But the San Francisco Mint struck roughly 11 million 40% silver uncirculated pieces and 4 million 40% silver-proof pieces that are inherently more valuable just for their metal content and collector appeal. In top-tier certified condition grades like MS-69 or MS-70, these silver coins have sold for $9,000 and above at major auctions. One documented MS-69 example of a silver Bicentennial Half sold for around $9,600 at heritage auctions. And experts believe coins graded MS-69 or even MS-70 extremely high numeric grades could command $12,500 to $25,000 or more in the right market. But even beyond the silver content, the errors and varieties are what truly flip the script from casual coin to high-stakes treasure. One of the most iconic error types is the off-center strike, where the coin blank wasn't properly aligned in the press, so the design is shifted dramatically off its normal spot. These off-center coins can sell for $25 to $1,000 or more, depending on how extreme the misalignment is. In a remarkable documented case, a coin with a 45% off-center strike and a reverse mirror blockage error, where the reverse is impressed with a mirrored image of the design, sold for around $2,300. Those kinds of values make a dirty old half dollar look astonishing. Then there are even rarer varieties. A wrong planchet error happens when a coin is struck on the blank mint for a different denomination. One rare Bicentennial Half struck on a 5-cent planchet, essentially a half dollar stamped on a nickel blank, sold at auction for over $3,300. That's not pocket change, that's collector frenzy territory. And let's not forget the double die errors, another fan favorite among collectors. When the die itself is faulty, parts of the design, letters, numbers, even outlines appear doubled. For the 1976 Bicentennial Half, doubled die obverse, DDO, and double die reverse, DDR, varieties have been documented. Some of these errors are valued in the hundreds to thousands of dollars, with strong DDO examples selling around $1,250 in -55 Australian dollars grade, and top DDR coins in similar ranges. Even combos coins exhibiting both DDO and DDR can fetch $1,000 to $5,000 plus, depending on condition and rarity. Just imagine holding a grimy old half dollar, oblivious to the fact that the lettering along the rim actually shows doubling barely visible to the naked eye. To an untrained eye, it's just wear, but to a sharp collector, it's a gold mine. Those coins with professional grading service certification, whether PCGS, NGC, or ANAX, that show rare errors can leap in value like a rocket. And some super rare coins graded at the highest levels have achieved eye-watering prices that make collectors' hearts skip. But why are these coins, and these errors, so mysterious and so highly coveted? Part of the mystique comes from the nature of how coins were struck in the 1970s. The U.S. Mint was producing enormous quantities of coinage, but machines aren't perfect, and die cracks, misalignments, and planchet errors were accidental blunders, random events that the Mint didn't intend and never advertised. These accidental anomalies are finite. Once identified and collected, they can never be reproduced. That scarcity, combined with the historic appeal of the bicentennial celebration, creates a unique blend of rarity and demand that drives prices upward. Coin collectors are always hunting for that one anomalous piece that turns a ho-hum stack of change into a standout treasure. Now, let's talk about how you watching right now can actually identify if your 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half is common or potentially valuable. First, look at the mint mark. Coins without a mint mark were struck in Philadelphia, those with D in Denver, and S in San Francisco. The S coins are where many of the valuable silver examples come from. Next, check the surface and lettering carefully for unusual doubling. Use a loupe or magnifying glass and look closely at the words, the date 1776 to 1976, and the intricate details of Independence Hall. If you see clear doubled images, that could be a double die error worth investigating. Then look for off-center misalignment, parts of the design missing or running off the edge. A few millimeters won't skyrocket value, but severe misalignment can. Also examine the edge and planchet surface for clipped planchets, missing clad layers, revealing copper core, or weird shapes. Any irregularity could indicate a rare error that will excite collectors. Most people find their bicentennial halves in circulation dirty, dull, worn, maybe even tortoiseshell brown from decades of pocket change life. But don't let that fool you. Sure, a random circulated bicentennial half without any notable features might be worth only its face value, or $1,000 to $3,000 in modest condition. Yet when a coin exhibits exceptional error features or superbly preserved surfaces, values can shoot into astonishing ranges, hundreds, thousands, or more. In fact, some specially graded proof or uncirculated silver half dollars have fetched nearly 5 figures at major auctions because collectors identified that this bicentennial coin was truly one of a tiny handful with elite attributes. You might be asking, but have there really been coins that sold for thousands? Absolutely yes. Beyond the examples already discussed, there are numerous documented bicentennial half dollars with deep die cap and brockage errors that fetched over $5,000 at auction. Coins certified at top grades, especially from the San Francisco silver issues, consistently outperform average coins. Some MS-67 pieces have crossed the $1,000 mark, and even rare PR-70 DCM specimens used to sell for more than $5,000 during peak market. For the viewer who thinks millions, while there are no widely documented 1976 half-dollar error coins selling for millions in the same league as the rare 1804 silver dollar or the 1913 Liberty nickel, the values for exceptional bicentennial halves can still be jaw-droppingly high. Combining rare errors, highest certified grades, and collector competition, some pieces come frighteningly close to six-figure territory in private sales or exclusive auction rooms. The key factors are always rarity, condition, and collector demand, and these coins tick all 3 boxes when they truly stand out. So what can you do right now if you have one of these old, possibly dirty 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy half dollars in your pocket or jar? First, don't clean it. Never clean a coin. Cleaning often destroys the patina and surface details that professional graders use to assess value. Next, inspect it with a magnifier for the error signs mentioned earlier. Doubling, off-center strike, clipped planchet, missing layers. These are your jackpot indicators. If you find something unusual, get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grading slab with a recognized error attribution can be what separates a $2 coin from a $2,000 coin. And maybe the greatest part of all this is that you don't need to own a pristine, shiny coin to have something valuable. Some of the highest auction results come from coins that were dirty, old, and neglected for decades until someone finally spotted the telltale anomaly. That's the magic of coin collecting. What looks worthless to one person can be a hidden treasure to another. So the next time you open an old jar of change and pull out a grimy 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar, don't throw it back in your pocket to spend. Slow down, take a deep breath, and examine it carefully. You could be holding a piece of history that's more than just money. You might be holding a numismatic treasure that could change your day, your collection, or even your life.